Hey guys, today I want to talk a little bit about mental health. How is the mental health of most expats or most Americans coming over here? I recently read this poll and it had 5.2 thousand votes. It's over 5,000 people. That's 5.2K. Okay, and I'm gonna read this to you. Okay, how is your mental health? It was taken by a vlogger called Roma Army. Roma's kind of an interesting character. She's out there for men's rights. She's kind of an interesting character. She kind of says it like it is, calls it like it is. She can be a little abrasive for some people, but I actually like the lady because she really sticks up and fights back, and she's right out there for men's rights. And I like the fact that she doesn't hold back. She's very brutal with people that are against men. Okay, and I found it interesting that she asked the question, how is your mental health? And this is the results that she got. She gave 5 answers you could choose from. The first one is feeling positive. 17% put yes. Okay, next is it's been 50-50. You know, it's kind of like half and half. 25% put that. They put, it's been 50-50. Next one was meh, spelled M-E-H, kind of like, I'm not really that great. It's okay, but it's not great. That's usually what that means. That's the way I always take it anyway. And 23% of the people responded that way. Next one was I'm struggling. 20% put I'm struggling. And the last one was I don't know how I'm still here. These might be people contemplating suicide, or they just don't want to live anymore, or that's what it sounds like to me anyway. I don't know, I don't know how I'm still here. 14% put that as an answer. It's pretty high when you think about it. And I was thinking about this, and I don't know how expats would answer this. Expats would probably answer this a lot differently. I'm not sure how they would answer it, but from the people that I see and run into here, everybody has different feelings on things. A lot of the guys are very positive, feeling positive. I'll bet you that would probably be higher. Over here in the Philippines, I'll bet you be higher than 17%. I would probably say it's been 50-50 sometimes, or better. I'd say it's 50-50 or better for me. Okay, so I'd probably be in the middle of feeling positive, and it's been 50-50. I'm not sure how people would answer this over here, but I'm sure the answers would all be totally different than what I'm seeing on this here. And it'd be kind of interesting to take a poll like that someday just to see, how it balances out. But I'll say this, that from living in the Philippines, I do see, and the question is, how is your mental health? She asks. Okay, I see in the Philippines here a lot of mental health issues. There is a ton of mental health issues here. You can see it in the vloggers themselves. I mean, I have trolls that go after me, and it's blatantly obvious from looking at them and the way they act and the way that they talk and stuff like that they have strong mental health issues. And I've been attacked by, probably 2 or 3 small-time vloggers, and I really don't pay much attention to them, because the more you pay attention to them, the stronger you make them, and I just leave it alone at that. The funny thing is, these people don't even know you when they attack you. And these are people that you're going to run into in the Philippines, that it's almost like a national sport over here for expats to kind of attack other people sometimes. And that's the sad part of the Philippines, that the mental health issues come to a head. We see it all the time. I see it with people. I see people trying to coach me how I should act around people and stuff like that. And I'm my own person. I've seen other people telling other people how to do things and stuff like that. And these are people that probably need more help than the people that they're trying to help themselves. And I find when people attack you, and this is for the vloggers out there, and you got to be aware of these vloggers. I wouldn't even watch most of these people because they're just not worth it. Some of the vloggers out there that attack other people, I call them the attack vloggers. Some people call them the trolls or whatever out there. The sad part about them is they can't come up with decent content so they do the attack content. And when people do that, there's usually something wrong. You know what I mean? These are people that might have been picked on when they were kids or something like that, or they, you know, and they still carry that past stuff with them. I don't know. You know, people carry that stuff forward and they can't let it go, and they look really, really immature when they do stuff like that. And these people need to grow up a lot. But we also run into the people here that have to make themselves bigger. As you guys know, we have over here the fake Navy SEALs, the Green Berets, you know, and all this stuff, the CIA guys, and people that have to make up a big story about themselves to make them look bigger than what they are. And I'm not sure why people do that. I think, you know, they suffer from some sort of syndrome or whatever, and they have to look bigger to people. And we see these people all the time over here. And lately, I've been talking to a lot of people over here. A lot of people are thinking about hitting the reset switch over here, the reset button, and resetting. And we're going to be doing some vlogs about that probably in the coming days or whatever, about that, or maybe even I might do one today after this one. But that mental health issue, you are going to run into people over here with severe mental health issues, okay? Severe, all right? And I noticed that a lot of the people that we get over here are from the U.S. are not America's best and brightest. They're leaving because they have problems. We have those people that come to the Philippines as expats, and then we have the retirees that come over here that want to live over here because it's cheaper. Okay, there's like almost like two different factions, and they're totally two different groups. And the one group usually does not hang around much with the other group. I'll say that. The people that down people and trash people, and we have the drunks that come over here that, you know, they're trying to escape the United States for one reason or another. It's not just the drunks, it's people that, for political reasons and stuff. And I think all of us left for a little bit of those reasons. I left for those reasons too. But my main reason was retiring in peace, to come over here and live in peace. And, you know, it's not totally peaceful over here. Like I've said before, it's not Fantasy Island over here. It's good. I'm always learning something here, and we all learn things over here as we live here. I've been here 5.5 years, going on 6 years pretty soon. I find that sometimes you're better off staying in the background. And you guys coming over here, if you're coming over here for peace, you're better off staying in the background more. You're better off just kind of staying to yourself, maybe have a few friends, not put yourself out there too much, not get yourself very well known. Don't get yourself known amongst the Filipinos too much. Just kind of stay on your own and just have a few friends rather than more. Don't get well known. You know, I think the mental health state of the world is in a really bad spot right now. I mean, some people might say we're on the verge of World War III because of what's going on between Russia and Ukraine, and China, you know, starting trouble, and these other countries kicking up dust and stuff like that, that soon we might be on the verge of something. And I kind of believe that we are on the verge of something. But I do see the mental health of the world in a really, really dire spot right now. It's getting kind of scary. I think most people would agree with me on that. I'd like you guys to comment on that, as a matter of fact, to put your 2 cents worth. I don't think there is a country that you can run to where you're not going to run into the mental health issues that the world is causing. And by the world, I'm saying people are causing mental health issues with other people. The world issues are causing mental health issues, the stress of the world, all that stuff. But I do see the Philippines as kind of a weird spot for that. And I see it. I mean, I have people attacking me, and they obviously have mental health issues. Vloggers, expats, you see people all the time. I see other people around me, they're getting attacked. I know people around here, they're getting attacked a lot. People get lawsuits that they have to do all the time. People ripping people off. There's a lot of stress going on. And I just want to kind of address this. You know, what's going to be your happiness level? You know, and part of it is where you put your head. Part of it is the groups that you surround yourself with. Part of it is, are you going to tune into these people that bash you? I don't. You know, I had somebody this morning send me something, and I was a little bit upset about it because it kind of like took my peace away a little bit. And I don't like it when people take my peace away. I don't like that at all. Don't, you know, when people send me trash, it's, you know, and somebody's trying to take my peace away. It's like, I don't like that. It gets me a little bit angry, perturbed, and it kind of got me a little upset. And, you know, it's not something I would do to somebody else. You know, it's when you do that to people, people will always be people. I get that. And I get upset sometimes, and that's why I feel like sometimes I just want to kind of like shut down a little bit. And, you know, I was talking the other day with some friends and family back home, and, you know, about pressing the reset button again over here. And I'm definitely going to do that. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that this week probably, and talking about maybe you guys want to press your reset button like I was saying. And it's things are changing in the world. And I see a lot more people getting really upset with their living conditions, their situations, and the people around them. And I think some people might want to do the same thing that I'm thinking about doing, is you just kind of back off the world a little bit, kind of tune it out, tune it down a little bit. I'm okay with that. You know, I'm happy no matter what. I'm going to be happy. I you know, when things start bothering me, I just tune out. And a lot more of us, I think, need to kind of do that once in a while too. And you know, this is just something that's kind of, I'm contemplating about doing a lot of changes and moves and stuff like that. And I'm working on making that happen in my own way, you know. But anyway, guys, I wanted to throw that out there, and you guys can, you know, like, what's your mental state? Where are you? Where are you on that poll? What makes you happy? You know, what do you need to do to fix that? That's the question. Do you need to reset that button? Do you have to kick that reset button and get going again? God bless, guys. Take care. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Be sure to leave your comments, guys.